running around fixing this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Just get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let God do its thing. The sun's gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. Tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up to see if it's growing. You just get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let God do its thing. Y'all sing with me. Now get out of the way. 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 Let God do its thing.
Beautiful. What a wonderful way to start the morning. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. Welcome to those of you online and everyone here in person. Here at Granada Hills, we like to start our service by lighting the flames of faith. I'd like to bring up practitioner Kitty Hack at this moment to help us light the flames. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. As Kitty lights the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we are holding for them here at the center. And as Kitty lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within us. There is one flame, one light within.
Let's just stay here a few moments longer, basking in the oneness, knowing there is but one mind, one heart, one presence, one universal energy that flows to, through, and as each and every person here today. Knowing that we are each unique and perfect expressions of the divine, each unique and perfect expressions of that gorgeous, glittery God stuff we call love, we call source, we call life, we call spirit. Knowing today's service unfolds in divine perfection, that we hear the words we need to hear, that the bright and perfect message comes through, that we bask in beautiful music, that our hearts are uplifted and expanded through this great community that we call Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. I'm so grateful for this morning, for this beautiful co-creation, for each person involved in today's expression. I have deep appreciation for our guest speaker this morning, Reverend Gordon Bailey, knowing that the message that comes through is exactly what we need to hear. It is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is done, knowing it is all love. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Vino Alag, and I'm a practitioner here at the center. So if any of you were here last Sunday, I spoke about embracing the edge through the space of uncertainty. I'd like to continue the conversation of embracing the edge, but this time asking, how can I do this by stepping into greater love? In Science of Mind, we say love points the way and the law makes it happen. In A New Design for Life, in A New Design for Living, Ernest Holmes states, in and through all that we do and all that we think, there needs to be a deep feeling of love, an awareness of interdependence of all things, for this is what makes life what it is. In his textbook, Science of Mind, he further expands by saying, love is the givingness of the self to the object of its adoration. We should all have something we love to do, something that will completely express the self, something that will loose the energies of life into action and transmute the power into creative work. Loose the energies of life and transmute this power into creative work. I know I often talk about love as a state of being, that we are love, we should be love, we are love. But love is active. Love is not passive. Many of you have followed the story of the Buddhist monks doing the Walk of Peace. They ended this last Tuesday, and there was a big group gathered, thousands of people gathered. But along their journey, a very dangerous journey, by the way, through really treacherous weather, horrible conditions, apparently there were a couple of injuries, what came up was love. People showed up wherever they could. I read stories about people driving thousands of miles just to go and see them in person. People offered flowers and prayers, shelter, food, hospitality at every corner. One of the monks was asked, oh, so are you here to bring peace to the world? He said, I'm not here to bring peace to anyone. I'm paraphrasing. He said something about there's a box within each of us that's locked. And by unlocking my own peace, I hope that other people unlock theirs and tap into the peace within them. That is how the ripple effect of love and peace and harmony work. We don't force that upon anyone else. We can't. Have you ever had someone tell you what to do? How well did that go? Right? How well did that go? So this idea of love in action was also reflected back to me a couple of weeks ago. I had the opportunity to attend the annual practitioners conference out in Redondo Beach, CSL. And there were workshops and speakers and really powerful conversations. What I noticed was no one bypassed what was going on in the world. They talked about the disruption, the separation, the pain and suffering, nationally and globally. But what the common thread was throughout the day was a call to love. It made me think, what does it mean to listen to this call? And that looks like something different for everyone here today. For some, it might be taking care of a parent. Last week, our door was jammed. I don't know if you know, the door was jammed in Sparks Hall. And within, half an hour, Mike Carlin was here fixing it before he left. It was at night. That's love. Each one of you here, part of this community, showing up, doing your part, that's love. So, a few questions that I want to leave you with. At the edge of love, we ask ourselves, love, what must I believe now for my life to change? Love, what would you want me to do? Love, what is mine to let go of? And love, who am I becoming? Because love isn't just about the things and people outside of us. Love is who we are becoming in the process. So maybe our invitation for this week is to go into our hearts and love a little more deeply, trust a little more firmly, knowing that who we are becoming is a greater expression of love. Thank you.
In your heart of hearts, there is a voice that speaks from truth, not from choice, and it sees all, not just in part. Deep within your heart of hearts, in a secret place, known to your soul, you can't hide, but you can go. And when it's all too much and you fall apart, there's a place called your heart of hearts. Just listen to your life, it's talking to you. There'll always be a light that's shining through you, coming from a well, never runs dry. And when you're at that point, down on your knees, you'll find your weakness can be your strength, 'cause where one ends, the other starts. Deep within your heart of hearts. Listen to your life, it's talking to you. There'll always be a light that's shining through you, coming from a well that never runs dry. And And when you're at that point, down on your knees, you'll find your weakness can be your strength. 'Cause where one ends, the other starts. Deep within your heart of hearts.
Beautiful. Let's all give Teresa a big hand. Thank you, Teresa. Beautiful. Whew, I love that. So just a few announcements. Practitioners are available today in the treatment room for a 2-minute tune-up. If you're a practitioner, please raise your hand. Oh, we have a full house today, people, so there's lots of practitioners here available. Today, near the end of our service, we will be choosing the winner for our Lake Tahoe drawing. So stay present, stay till the end. Also today at 1 p.m., Law of Attraction group meets, as well as the Animal Kinship group. Please contact Emily for the Law of Attraction and Reverend Kathy for the Animal Kinship group. Next Wednesday, February 18th at 7 p.m., Tibetan singing bowls take place with Wayne McDonald, practitioner here at the center. Come take part in this beautiful midweek reset. Donations accepted at the door. Tai Chi class will resume on Thursday, February 19th at 11:30 a.m. Also, if you didn't pick up last weekend, we have your contribution letters out in the entryway. They're in a box, so go ahead and look for your name before you go. And last but not least, Chloe with the gratitude box. Come on up.
This is not it. I mean,
It's long.
so long.
That's a very long one. Oh, no, go ahead and pick another one. This has got mixed up in the box. This is the qualities of the spiritual director.
Yeah, this is a good one. I am grateful for healthy body and mind and spirit.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carly. Please stand, if you may, for the declarations of principle. We believe in one universal spirit manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
Y'all keep standing and sing with me, please. I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Let's sing it again. I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here
Now I would like to introduce our guest speaker for the morning. Reverend Gordon is the spiritual director of the Sepulveda Unitarian Universalist Society. They actually meet here on Sunday afternoons. So if you haven't heard him speak before, you're in for a great treat. Yes. Welcome on up.
Wow, what a kind introduction. And what a joy it is to be back here with you all. How's everybody doing? Good. Great. Raise the roof with positivity. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Wow. This subject that I was given for today, thank you, Reverend Doctor. It had me on a serious thought path. I came up with this idea of embracing the edge, and I had some thoughts. Had to look into what your teachings tell me. Had to seek far and wide for what the Spirit was telling me. Had to discern some things. The question that kept kind of picking at me said, where am I being invited to stretch beyond self-judgment and into deeper self-acceptance? Huh? Somebody know something about that? Yeah. And then I heard these wonderful words. They came unto me. The affirmation was like, I meet my inner edge with courage, curiosity, and compassion. If I had only known that 40 years earlier, a whole lot of drinking wouldn't have happened. A whole lot of smoking wouldn't have happened. I'm not going to tell you what else I used to do. It wasn't good, though. I was on a path towards annihilation, self-destruction. Somebody had a song, I'm headed towards self-destruction. I mean, it was like, who the heck wants to sing that? But that's where I was going. I was riding in the fast lane. Right? Pedal to the metal. Is that how they say that? Yes. Yeah. Trying to get there quickly. Well, thank you, Spirit, for having a different reality for me, because I found my way back. So, beloved ones, there's a place within each of us where comfort meets calling, where who we think we are meets who we are becoming, where judgment meets grace. That place is what we are calling the inner edge. The inner edge. It is not the edge of danger, it is the edge of awakening. And the question before us, I believe, today is not whether we have such an edge. Oh, human ones. I think we all do, but some of you may not agree, but I'm leaning towards that. And the question is, will we meet it with fear or will we meet it with love? See, that love thing, that's key. There are grips, things we hold on to. Howard Thurman, the great theologian, one of the greatest theologians of the 20th century, mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., so important in the civil rights movement. It is Black History Month. I heard you say something about don't forget the world for a minute, huh? So let me lift up Dr. Howard Thurman, who had the first intentionally multiracial congregation in the United States, in San Francisco. Understand? Intentionally. Not by happenstance. It was intentional. So that's Dr. Howard Thurman. So hold on to his name. You might use him sometimes. But he writes in The Inward Journey, and I quote here, "Fierce indeed is the grip by which we hold on to our lives as our private possession." He speaks of the struggle to maintain individuality amid forces that seek to shape us and define us. We expand into moments of enthusiasm, into something larger than ourselves, and then we fight to return to what feels safe, familiar, structured, and bounded. Again and again, he says, this cycle repeats itself, stretching outward, retreating inward, wearing down the walls that shut us in. Dear ones, the wearing down is not failure. That is where grace is forming and happening for you. The friction we feel at the inner edge is not proof that we are broken. No, far from it. It's the evidence that we're growing. All those things I thought were trouble and had me running for a bottle of beer, a loose joint, or some other sweet release, may not have been as sweet as I thought it was. But anyway, those troubled things were not the problem at all. Those things that I thought were giving me pause and struggle were actually paving the way for my becoming the incarnation of my best self. See, this inner edge that I believe we all are dealing with, that the teaching tells us we all have, it is the point where our self-perception meets the deeper truth. Sometimes the edge feels like self-doubt, fear of not being enough, harsh inner criticism, old inherited stories that may be passed down for generations. Some of them are ethnic slurs some of us take to heart. Some of them are things about our gender that make, women can or men can. Or some of them are, Southerners are less intellectually gifted than Northerners, or whatever kind of ridiculous thing it might be. And again, staying in the present moment, because, I am that brother from Harlem, we must state this clearly. I must state it clearly. Some of those stories were never ours to take on. That's right. They were shaped by shifting cultural standards rooted in sexism, ableism, classism, racism, something that's not healthy or kind or compassionate, something that should have been shunned but was allowed to grow. Ernest Holmes, he bring it back to y'all, reminds us the standards of race are always in a state of flux, but the standard of spirit is ageless, changeless, unvarying. It is perfection and nothing else. The world's standards shift. Spirit does not. The world compares. Spirit knows all. The world criticizes. Spirit is love. Let me tell you a little story about love, I guess, here. It's a little story. There was a young violinist preparing for her first solo recital. She had trained for years and years. She knew her music. Her teachers believed in her. But when she stood alone on that stage, something inside tightened up. That never happened to you. Fabulous musician. Before one important performance, she became obsessed with precision. She tuned her violin. What, you got to turn those things? Oh, my sister was horrible. Oh, she didn't know what she was doing, but this fabulous violinist, she tuned her violin again and again, maybe just a little tighter. She thought she was afraid of sounding flat, afraid of being exposed somehow that she wasn't the epitome of things, afraid of not being enough. So she tightened the strings too darn much. When she stepped onto the stage and drew the bow across the strings, one string broke. Her worst fear tears realized she stood frozen. The audience went silent. Then she looked at her teacher in the front row, and she didn't panic. She didn't signal her to stop. She simply nodded gently as if to say, "You got this. You've got this." She adjusted things in real time, played the entire piece on 3 strings, and something unexpected happened. The music somehow was richer. It was deeper. It was more alive. Not because it was flawless, but because this authentic honesty of the playing that took place, Spirit was directing her. Afterwards, her teacher told her, "You were trying to control music. Tonight, you trusted the Spirit and music came forth perfect." Dear ones, how often do we tighten the strings of our lives and hold judgments against ourselves? How often are we trying to meet somebody else's expectations, trying to avoid some failure, trying to be perfect, sound perfect, do it perfect? Sometimes strings be snapping, as we say in Harlem. They be snapping. At job's end, a relationship shift, a body changes, an identity unravels, and somehow the notion is that we failed. But what if that moment is the inner edge that's supposed to be happening within you? What if Spirit is simply nodding, saying, "Stay the course. Be present. Be compassionate. Stay open for the movement I'm guiding and directing you towards." Or, "Play that funky music, white girl. Play that funky music right." Woo! Holmes writes in The Essential Earnest Holmes, "Spirit knows only perfect and knows nothing of the imperfect." This is not an invitation to ego perfection. Slow your roll, you would-be perfected peoples, right? This is not about us, running amok with ego, right? But it is something for us to fully grasp. The invitation to spiritual wholeness is there for each of us. Dr. Holmes says, "There is that within every individual which partakes of the nature of the universal wholeness. Since it partakes of the nature of the divine being, hence we are divine." Oh, that is ego, right? I like that. Come on now. We are divine too. So when self-judgment arises, we must ask, who's talking to me? What shifting standards of society am I trying to draw closer to? Or the unchanging truth of Spirit? Unchanging? Yes, it's unchanging. Spirit sees wholeness where we see flaws. Where we see flaws. I wish you would have known me 10 years ago when I was the illustrated man and my melanin was shifting off of me. I was like, he's black, he's white, he's black and white. It was like, shh. People said, "Did you do that on purpose?" I said, "Are you crazy?" I was in the midst of becoming and didn't understand it. Didn't know, didn't have a clue. My self-judgment was so bad, I was like, I better get a radio ministry. I don't want to be seen anymore. The object of somebody's, like, oh, what poor soul. The people in the hospital I worked at thought I had been in a fire. Oh, Reverend Bailey, when will you burn so badly? I was only burned by myself and the self-condemnation, the lack of understanding I'm the beloved's most beloved. Huh? Yes. I was lost. I needed to be found. Howard Thurman says, aliveness calls to us. He says, we are most alive when we are brought face to face with the response of the deepest things in us to the deepest thing in life. Let me say that again. We are most alive when we are brought face to face with the response of the deepest things in life. Some of us sometimes have to be stripped down so we can be built up. It happens to some of us. Some of us have to fall from grace to understand that the great I am spirit had us all the time, and the fall was just manifestations of things to come. I believe I can fly, right? Can you fly, people? Can you sprout your wings and take flight? Yep. Hallelujah. That's what I say. Dr. Thurman also warns, we have externalized our lives to such an extent that the only real things seem to be what we can see, touch, and hear. Oh, I pity the fool. There's so much more than what we can see, feel, touch, or hear. Life moves us deeper. Aliveness is not perfection. Aliveness is authenticity. I'm fully alive to the manifestation of this life. Black, two-tone, white, don't matter. Gordon is manifesting as Gordon, and spirit is fully present in me. Is spirit fully present in you? Yes. This is a Holy Ghost party. I like this. We're going to remember here in this month, in this time, Howard Thurman shaped Dr. King and countless others. His mysticism was not an escape, it was a resistance. Resistance. He believed that no movement for justice could survive without inner freedom. And I'm going to tell you, justice can happen on a societal level, but I need each of you to practice social justice for yourselves. If you're going to give love, then you need to start by loving yourself. The prime objective of this journey, as far as I could tell, is for that great awakening within us. That realization that we're the manifestation of love just as we are. We cannot build a just world with a self that is at war with itself. Dr. Thurman spoke of finding the sound of the genuine. What makes you come alive, dear ones? What's the music you're making? Remember, aliveness is sacred. Aliveness is divine. I'm going to draw near to my close, but because I wrote way too much. Abraham Joshua Herschel, you ever hear that name? You know that name? He writes, wonder rather than doubt is the root of knowledge. What if we approached our inner edge with wonder instead of criticism? Freedom comes, dear ones, when we release what we cannot control and consciously choose how we will show up. How will we show up? How is Spirit directing us? Are we able to take what is being given to us and make it work? We cannot control other people's expectations. We cannot control cultural standards. We cannot control the past, but we can control the inner conversations. Huh? We can control our willingness to stretch, to grow, to expand. We can control our alignment with Spirit. That's on us. Dr. Holmes assures us the possibilities of the law are infinite, and our possibilities of using it are limitless. And whatever you mentally see and spiritually comprehend, you may objectively experience. Dear ones, hear this closing prayer. Let us turn within for just a few moments. There is one life, one infinite presence, one divine intelligence expressing itself everywhere. This life is whole. This life is perfect. This life is love. And because there is only one life, each of us is an individualized expression of that same perfection. Nothing missing, nothing broken. I affirm now that the standard of Spirit, not the standards of the world, is the truth of our being. Where there has been judgment, there is compassion. Where there has been fear, there is curiosity. Where there has been tightness, there is release. Let us loosen our grips. We align with divine wholeness. Each person here meets the inner edge with courage. The walls must dissolve. Old stories must be jettisoned. The sound of the genuine must self-release now. You are whole. You are enough. You are divine. As this week unfolds, I release this word into the law, knowing it is done. And together we say, amen to that. All right.
Each day I live, I want to give the best of me. I'm only one, not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every gain. To taste the sweet, I face the pain. I rise and fall, but through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. eternity. I've lived to be the very best. I want it all, no time for less. I've laid the plans, now lay the chance here in my heart. So give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. You're a winner for a lifetime if you seize that one moment in time. Make it shine. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then in that one moment of time, I will be, I will be, I will be, I will be, I will be free.
Amazing, Teresa. Absolutely amazing. Between Reverend Gordon's talk and that song, my whole body is just like reverberating. Like every cell of my being is just, whew. So at this time, if you've come prepared for an offering, just hang on in your seats. We're going to do things a little different. We're going to first do our blessing. So if you have a physical, either cash or check in your hand, and if you're doing it online, you can just open up your hands, put your hand on your heart, and let's say this together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of our supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my center, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Chloe, if you can bring up the basket, thank you. And if you're here ready to put in an offering, feel free to come on up.
Y'all sing with me now. Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me, Spirit gives through us, Spirit receives through us, Spirit lives and
knowing that all of this beautiful offering blesses not only our center, but our community. It ripples out into the state, the nation, the world. Thank you. Before we close out today, we have our raffle, our Tahoe raffle. If we can get Kitty back up here. Yeah, drum roll. Shake that box up. No pressure. Yeah, the people will be coming after you.
Oh, more.
Oh. Mix those up. Yeah. We don't want any angry people. All right, choose one. Choose one.
No pressure, kidding.
No pressure.
I would make Gordon do it.
Don't put that on me. You got the power. Oh, you gonna bless somebody.
Come on up, Kitty.
Okay, here we go.
All right now.
Come here to the mic. Come to the mic.
It's not me, no.
It's not rigged.
Can you see the glasses? Oh, I see who this is. Are they here? Oh my God, you guys, Beverly and Rick Sperling. There you go. Oh, I'll call them.
See, they get a personal call from Kitty. Nice. Thank you. Fabulous. Just another expression of the abundance at our center. All right. Well, let's just go within, just knowing that this has been the perfect expression, just the perfect expression of oneness this morning. Knowing we heard exactly what we needed to hear, that we leave here hearts expanded, minds open at the top, that every cell of our being is infused with greater and greater love. Knowing we are empowered to be that which we wish to see in the world. Knowing that we each leave here with deep appreciation for this community, for each other, for our beautiful AV team, for our wonderfully talented musician, for our fabulously articulate guest speaker, and for each other, just knowing that this community doesn't happen on our own. It is a divine co-creation, a divine co-creation that we are blessed to be a part of. I am so deeply filled with gratitude and appreciation this morning. And it is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is all done, knowing it is all love. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is. Amen. Please join us in the peace song.